Hello friends, welcome back to Online Storytime. We're back again with another great book today and some activities afterwards. Let's take a look at today's book. Our story today is called Mouse Was Mad by Linda Urban. When you look at the cover on this book, it gives you an idea of a couple of things you'll know about the book. You can probably guess that the mouse is the main character of this book. And look at the size of the word mad. Wonder what that's going to tell us about this story. Let's take a look inside. Now there's a mouse, who's stomping. And look at that mouse. Does he look happy? I don't think so. I think he looks kind of mad. So here's the title page, Mouse Was Mad. And we begin. Mouse was mad, hopping mad. You look ridiculous, said Hare. Mouse stopped hopping. Let me show you how to hop properly, said Hare, who truly was a hopping whiz. Mouse tried to hop like Hare. Nothing doing. Mouse hop, hop, flopped, splish, into a mucky mud puddle. Now Mouse was really mad. Stomping mad. You call that stomping, said Bear. Mouse stopped stomping. Stomping, done right, should result in the shaking of trees and the rumbling of earth, said Bear. Bear stomped. The trees shook, the earth rumbled. Mouse tried to stomp like Bear. The trees did not shake. The earth did not rumble. Mouse stomp, stomp, flomped, splush into another mucky mud puddle. Now Mouse was really, really mad, screaming mad. That's hardly a scream at all, said Bobcat. Mouse stopped screaming. When I scream, you can hear it echo through the woods. Bobcat screamed to prove his point. It echoed and echoed. Mouse opened his mouth wide and let out the loudest scream he could manage. No echo. He tried arching his back like Bobcat, but lost his balance and fell splosh into yet another mucky mud puddle. Now Mouse was really, really, really mad, rolling around on the ground mad. Pull your feet in, said Hedgehog. Mouse stopped rolling. The best rolling is achieved when the body is a perfect sphere. Hedgehog tucked in his nose and his feet and his hands. He was a perfect sphere. Pardon me. Missed a page almost. There we go. Mouse tucked in his nose and his feet and his hands. He was not a perfect sphere, but he was close. He pulled in his tail and rolled around and around, splush, into the muckiest mud puddle of all. Now Mouse was really, 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 really mad, standing still mad. Mouse did not hop. He did not stomp. He did not scream or roll on the ground. He stood very, very still. Impressive, said Hare. What control? Said Bear. Are you breathing? Asked Hedgehog. Mouse took a deep breath. He let his breath out. Bobcat heard it whistle through Mouse's nose, but he did not see Mouse move. Inspiring, said Bobcat. Bobcat stood very still. He breathed deep and tried not to move. Your ears twitched, said Hare. Let me try. But he could not keep his tail from wiggling. Bear tried, but when he breathed deep, trees moved and the ground shook a little. Hedgehog came closest, but even he could not keep his bristles from bristling. They stood together for a long time, breathing and trying to be still. And then Mouse realized that he was no longer mad. I feel better now, said Mouse. You look better now, said Bear. But you need a bath, said Hedgehog. Good idea, said Mouse. Splash! Now look, the end. Now look at Mouse. Oh my, what a happy mouse. So let's take a look at some characters and some words from the book Mouse Was Mad. Who were the characters in our story today? How many characters are there in this story? 5 or 4? Did you count already? Let's count together. There was Mouse. There was Hare. There was Bear. There was Bobcat. And there was Hedgehog. So let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there were 5 characters in this story today. Which character made the earth rumble? Was it Bear or was it Porcupine? Do you remember? Who's the biggest one that would make the earth rumble? I think it was Bear. Which character had bristles? Is it Mouse or is it Porcupine? Or, pardon me, Hedgehog in this story? I think it was Hedgehog. Do you remember what color Bear was? Is he the dark brown or the tan color? I think he's the dark brown. Oh, but what color was Hare? Is he white in this story or was he sort of a tan color? Do you remember? I think he was sort of a tan. Do you remember what Mouse took his bath in? Did he have a bathtub like you have? Or did he have a tin can that was rolled up and opened and rolled up so he could take a bath? If you looked closely in the story, it was a tin can. What did Mouse keep falling into? Did he fall into a mud puddle or did he fall into bubbles? I think he fell into a mud puddle or two. What did Mouse use to wash up with when he took a bath? Do you remember that? I think he had a brush, didn't he? What character was a hopping whiz? Bear or Hare? Oh, you'll remember. That was Hare. What kind of clothes was Mouse wearing? Did he have a hat on or did he have overalls on? You might remember that he had overalls on. Whose tail wiggled in the story? Was it hare or was it mouse? I think it was hare. Why was bear the best stomper? Is it because he could yell louder, or was it because he's biggest? Bigger and little. I think it was because he was bigger. Which character could make his body into a perfect sphere? Well, what is a sphere? Is a sphere a triangle or a circle? A sphere is a circle, and it was Hedgehog who could roll up into a circle. You could try that lying on the floor. Can you pull your hands and feet in and roll into a circle? What was Mouse's problem in this story? Do you remember? He was just mad. Whose ears twitched? Was it Bobcat or was it Bear when he was trying to stand still? Do you remember? I think it was Bobcat. And who whistled through his nose? Was it Mouse or was it Hare? I think it was Mouse. So that told us a little bit about the characters in our story. I'm sure you remembered them really well. Let's talk about the sequence of the story that helps us retell what happened in the story. So first, what happened? Well, let's see. Mouse was mad, hopping mad. He ended up splashing or splishing into a mud puddle. There's the mucky mud puddle. Then Mouse was really mad. And Bear came along and said, "You don't know how to stomp very well," because he was stomping mad. And again, splush into another mud puddle. Well, what happened next? I have to move these up a little bit. Let me move them up because we're going to run out of a little bit of room here. Next, Mouse was really, really mad, screaming mad, and Bobcat came along and said, "You're not doing a very good job of screaming." And then splosh into another mucky mud puddle went Mouse. And then that made him really, really, really mad, rolling around on the ground mad. Who helped him try to roll around in a perfect sphere or circle? It was Hedgehog. Splush into the muckiest mud puddle of all. And then what happened? Well, then Mouse was no longer mad and found out that by standing still and taking a deep breath and calming himself, he would feel better and not be mad any longer. Then, splash, he went to take a bath. So that was our story today of how Mouse was able to go from being really mad to being calm. So when we think about Mouse today, we think about the emotions that he was feeling. So what was the first emotion you might think of when you think about him? He was mad. Have you ever been mad? What do you do when you're mad? Are you stomping mad? Are you screaming mad? Our book tells us how we can come down from being mad to being calm and being happy again. Sometimes we are just silly. That's an emotion too. It can be fun. We can laugh and we can giggle and share that fun emotion with other people. Sometimes we are curious. We want to ask questions. We want to read stories and we want to know things about what's going on around us. So when you're curious, it's very good to ask questions of the adults around you to find out what you don't know. Because if you don't know, you might be confused. You might not know what's happening around you. So the best thing to do is to talk to someone that you trust. If you're scared, the same thing is true. Everyone is scared. You have to, at one time or another, so you have to ask for help and talk to the parents and the grandparents and the teachers and the people around you, the adults around you, to get help so that you won't be scared. Are you ever worried about something? We all get worried. So again, what's the most important thing to do? It's to tell somebody that you're worried and be able to say, I am not happy because I'm worried, and have them help explain to you what is going on. Sometimes we are sad. That happens to people every day. Sometimes we cry, and that's okay too. We just want to go to the people that we love and that we trust and to say, I'm sad, and they will help you feel better. Sometimes you're excited. I'm excited today because the sun is out and it's going to be warmer for the next 2 days before it gets cold again. So that's exciting, and we want to share that with the people in our lives and our friends, and we're happy. Sometimes we're embarrassed. Oh, we did something we weren't supposed to do. So what do we do then with that emotion? We may say, I'm sorry, and we may explain what happened and ask for help and apologize to the person, like your mom or your dad or your grandma or grandpa, and say, I'm sorry I did that. Here's another guy being mad. We did mad before, okay? So when you're mad, are you going to stomp? Are you going to scream? Or are you going to stand still and take a deep breath and let it out and calm? Do you know the turtle hug? Wrap yourself in a turtle hug. Take a deep breath, let it out, and then there's our final emotion today, happy. That's when we're feeling much better, just like Mouse was at the end of the story. He went from being mad to being happy. And who helped him? All of his friends, Hare and Bear and Hedgehog and Bobcat, all helped him understand how to calm himself down and be happy. Okay. Those are our emotions that we're talking about today. Now, we have one more thing to do that came out of this book. Let's talk about some rhyming words. Maybe you can say them with me. So the word song rhymes with the word long. Song, long. Can you say those words together? Then there's switch and twitch. Can you say those words together? Switch, twitch. How about fizz, which is what you get when you pour a soda, and whiz, if you're really good at something. Fizz and whiz. How about lucky and mucky? Do you remember the mud puddle that Mouse fell into? It was a mucky mud puddle. Lucky, mucky. Wood and good. Can you say those together? Wood and good. How about deep and sleep? Oh, you might have a deep sleep at night. How about very and berry? Very berry. Those sound good together. How about bake and shake? Would you say those together for me? Bake and shake. Stomp and hop. Stomp, hop. Actually, stomp and flomp. Sorry, that's even better. Stomp, flomp. How about trees and bees? Trees and bees. Bees sometimes live in trees. They make their nests in trees. How about team and scream. You can scream for your team. Do you remember that hedgehog had bristles? So bristle and whistle is a good match. Oh, here's hop. Hop and flop. We have still that rhymes with fill. See the I-L-L ending on those words? How about, do another two here. Mouse, who we've just been talking about, and house. And two more. Mad, which we've been talking about, and sad. They rhyme as well. Can you say those? Mad, sad. So still, fill, mouse, house, bake, shake, bristle, whistle, mad, sad. All good rhyming words. One last thing. When Mouse was mad, you'll remember, here's a baby being mad. Then what happens next? You get madder, and then what's the greatest? Maddest. Maddest. It was maddest at the end. The balloon might fly high, and then it flies higher, and then it flies highest. And the tree may be tall and taller and tallest. Mad, madder, maddest. Tall, taller, tallest. High, higher, highest. These are all great words, and we looked at them today with our book, Mouse Was Mad. We hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back tomorrow with another new book. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget to like, share, and comment on our YouTube program. And you can subscribe too. Thanks. Bye.